Streets clenched in freezing temperatures. Dozens gather to write Valentine cards and sing love songs to Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
Если у вас нету дома, Путин вам его даст и не оставит без крова. Если у вас Путин есть, Путин есть.
Flash mobs like this became typical after Putin took power. Their purpose showed the youth support for the man that is now Prime Minister and campaigning to get back into the office of the President for a third term.
He's so sexy.
He's such a good man, and he's a sportsman. He loves animals and he looks out for the youth. He's cool.
Putin did so many things for us. He stopped the war in Chechnya. He got us the Olympics for 2014.
Putin is so cool. Nobody but he can help our country progress.
There are as many journalists present as participants in today's flash mob. For the event's organiser, 25-year-old entrepreneur Vladimir Tabak, it's been a success. Vladimir set up his own publishing company, SetVV, 2 years ago. The company gained instant notoriety and handsome profits when he made a birthday calendar for Putin, where young girls pose and leave positive prose. This year he also brought out a kids' colouring book featuring Vova and Dima.
So here you are. So this is the morning when Mr. Putin, Vova, makes some physical exertions. So this is Mr. Medvedev, you know, deep purple, apple. He likes very much deep purple and apple. You can see.
Today, Vladimir can see that Putin needs extra support, and so he set up a website called My Putin, where people can post their praise for the Prime Minister.
It is something like war, you know, now in the internet. And, for example, if you support Putin, some people, they would not even speak with you. They would hate you just only because you support a person whom they hate.
And opposition to Vladimir Putin has been growing ever since he and President Dmitry Medvedev announced that they were planning on swapping their powerful positions. This, added to suspicions of fraud in December's parliamentary elections, led to the biggest protests in Russia since the fall of the Soviet Union. Marching not just against Putin, but also to fight fraud. Out of these demonstrations, a number of opposition groups have formed. One of them, the League of Voters. Their goal to ensure free and fair elections, and today's job, recruiting election observers, needed at polling stations all across Russia.
No, we have nobody in Murmansk.
No, we don't have any coordinators in Murmansk.
The League of Voters was set up by a group of artists and intellectuals who want to break the media blackout imposed by the Kremlin. One of its founders is writer Boris Akunin. He has been closely monitoring TV talk time given to the candidates. And today's tally?
So let's have a look. Prokhorov 7 minutes during the day, Putin 1 hour 34 minutes. It's like this.
After a decade-long oil boom, the government estimates that 1/3 of Russians are now middle class. For Boris, this is Putin's growing problem.
Society is not satisfied with just, bread and butter. They want more. They want respect. They want to have a say in what's happening in the country. So that's why I think that there is no way back, actually. Mr. Putin may be re-elected or not re-elected. It's not going to change.
And it's not just in Moscow that the mood is changing. We go north to Korolyov, renowned for its scientific research. It represents a concentration of the growing middle class. It's recently been rocked by the political upheaval. Here, the party of Putin, United Russia, polled a little over 20% in December, down from a previous popularity of 59% 4 years ago. Yuri Lutsenko says they are tired of living with constant corruption. He and his wife Irina have been fighting against it on a local level for years. They took on the local mayor and managed to oust him.
He started directing the city's money to his personal businesses. Developments and projects planned for the city never happened. And now the city is in ruins, even though it has one of the largest budgets in the Moscow region.
The couple organized protests, and Irina used the local free newspaper she produces to pile on the pressure. But with one United Russia mayor simply being replaced by another, the decisions made by local authorities are still failing to please.
People cannot get an appointment with the doctor. It's impossible to find a place in school for our kids. They spend their lives in traffic jams. With conditions like this, you don't need to develop more housing. But they keep going, handing out budget money, meaning that there's nothing left for social projects.
In the centre of town, Yuri brings us to see what is left of Putin's support. A few dozen people are trying to dance the frost of minus 17 degrees away and show their excitement for Putin. On the banners we can read, "Teachers support Putin," "Town hall workers support Putin." Many here are clearly civil servants. The concert comes to a close in less than half an hour, but Ludmila Gomza, a local deputy for United Russia, is still eager to show us the extent of Putin's support.
Do you know who the president is?
Yeah?
Putin. See, everyone knows who the president is. Go Putin.
Ludmila is used to hearing Yuri's complaints. She admits mistakes have been made, but is confident her candidate still has enough support.
I think that we've taken the wrong direction in the fight against corruption. I'm sure that as soon as Vladimir Vladimirovich comes to power, he will make it top of his to-do list.
Yuri remains unimpressed and believes that a lot of the protesters were paid or pressurized to take part.
Did you look at the posters? If you did, you could see that Korolyov teachers are for Putin. Korolyov town hall is for Putin. The water works are for Putin. Everyone here were civil servants. It's easy to get them to go to a political rally.
It's a claim being made in many towns. Meet Yelena Trevina. She is the director of a children's center and has hands-on experience of being told to take to the streets.
This is a patriotic school. We have to be proud and respect our leaders and our motherland. But I would love it if it worked both ways.
Yelena says she was asked to resign after failing to send 8 of her staff to the pro-Putin rally of February 4th.
The head of the Regional Education Authority made it clear that she was going to the rally and that she was from United Russia. She said she wanted us to be present and told us all to be there. She said if anyone didn't want to go, they should talk to her directly.
When Yelena's story gained media attention, her superiors dropped their demands and she was allowed to keep her job, if under duress. For the first time since Putin took power in 1999, the voice of the opposition is being heard. But it remains a fragmented one, and Putin retains widespread support, notably among the working class. Just a 3-hour drive south of Moscow, we enter Tula, an industrial town home to the country's biggest weapons factories, factories that have been producing rockets, grenade launchers and guns since the 18th century. This particular factory has seen better economic days, but despite current shortfalls, its workers still praise the progress made under Putin.
In the last few years, since Putin has been in power, living standards are okay. In comparison to the Yeltsin years, we're better off. You can see for yourself. The shops are open, there are products in the shops. People in Tula are wearing fur coats. Those who want to work can find work and live decently.
I'll vote for Putin. I guess, well, because we've already survived one crisis with him and we'll survive another.
United Russia got just over 60% of the vote in Tula in December's parliamentary elections, well above the national average. The logo of the party is on all state-sponsored public works, United Russia making its presence clear. The town mayor, also from the United Russia Party, has plenty more projects planned.
We would like to recreate the historical town centre so that Tula will shine again.
When we ask about the forthcoming elections, the mayor is clearly confident that Tula will deliver.
I think he's going to get somewhere between 65 to 67% here. On a political and social level, we are attached to stability, both for our current projects and for future developments. This is why we're going to vote for Putin.
Tula wants to see more development and progress, but there are some traditions it won't part with, notably pryaniki, a honey and ginger cake that remains tremendously popular.
Pryaniki is a national symbol. Everyone in Russia knows about it. It's sometimes even seen as a work of art.
Nadezhda Trashuk is the director of the Pryaniki Museum, which is connected to the shop. She fondly remembers the day Putin visited back in 2003.
Vladimir Vladimirovich ate it with great pleasure. He had it with tea. The president loved our pryaniki, and we're delighted because everybody loves our pryaniki.
Nadezhda is also happy with the changes since Putin came to power, increased pensions and social welfare. For her, the protests taking place in Moscow are the complaints of a wealthy subsector of society.
These people have houses abroad. Their children go to prestigious universities overseas. We can't afford this kind of opportunity. If this is what they want, I say good luck to them. But they shouldn't forget that they are the minority and we're the majority, and we want to live a nice, quiet life.
Но они же должны подумать, что их-то ведь меньше, а нас больше.
With no candidate gathering enough support to unite the opposition, Vladimir Putin will most certainly get another term as president. But for the first time, he faces a public that is politically active and has started to find its voice.